Alright, in this video, we're going to be talking about Chat GPT, what it is, and since this channel focuses on farming and agriculture stuff, really try to gauge what Chat GPT thinks about agriculture. Okay, so I'm on the Chat GPT page. Chat GPT is basically an AI, it's an algorithm, it's all this stuff. Basically, you can type out something like, hey, what is the theory of relativity? And it will spit that out for you. You can ask it like very detailed questions and it will give you very detailed answers. And it's weird because some universities and schools are changing up curriculum where you don't have to write papers anymore because they're saying that ChatGPT is going to create wonderful papers, wonderful works of, literature that people really don't need to work on writing skills anymore. I don't know. So yeah, if you want to look up more on ChatGPT, Google it. There's a lot more people that explain it better than I do. But I wanted to see what it thinks about agriculture and what it can build. Like what's accurate, what's not. I'm predicting a lot of it will be accurate. So let's just go right off the bat and let's say, what is the history of agriculture? So the history of agriculture dates back to the beginning of human civilization approximately 10,000 years ago. And it keeps going. The first ag revolution occurred in the Middle East around 10,000 BC when people began to domesticate plants and animals. Around 5,000 years ago, ancient Egyptians developed irrigation systems to control the flow of the Nile River and grow crops in the desert. And then it goes on and on and on and on. Oh, let's talk about that. Stop generating. In the 20th century, the Green Revolution led to further advances in agriculture. New varieties of crops were developed that were more resistant to pests and diseases. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now, I've had a couple of people say, hey, you should use ChatGPT to make articles for your website. And that's what a lot of people are doing. For example, you could just say, what are the best types of, or what are the best, let's say, cuts of beef? And I bet you it will list out what it thinks are the best. Oh, it depends on personal preference, cooking method, and the level of tenderness. Here they are: 1, ribeye; 2, filet mignon; 3, New York strip, and it's talking about the marbling in there, and then sirloin, T-bone. What else? We'll stop at number 6, and then brisket. Okay, all right. Brisket is a tough cut that becomes tender and flavorful when slow cooked. Okay, not bad. So if you want to have some cooking content on your channel or on your blog, you can come here and do it. It's weird, but like, do you credit ChatGPT? Do you just credit yourself? It's weird. Let's do another one. What are GMOs? So let's see what it says. GMOs, or genetically modified organisms, are living organisms whose genetic material has been artificially altered in a laboratory through genetic engineering. And I played around with it earlier, and it is, oh wait. Similarly, they can modify the DNA of an animal to make it grow faster or to produce more milk. So the DNA of an animal to make it grow faster, a great example of that is salmon. So there are, I don't know if it's legal yet, but they're at least testing it, a variety of salmon where they turned off the gene to where the salmon can grow 4 seasons of the year instead of 3. So genetically, the salmon didn't grow for one growing season because it would help it, conserve energy whenever the water was cold, I guess. So now you can turn that off and the salmon can grow quicker year round. So we can have more salmon produced. So that's pretty cool. And it kind of touches base on that. Now let's say, are GMOs safe? Or wait, how about let's say, tell me if GMOs are safe to eat. So we're having a little spicy question. The safety of GMOs have been a topic of debate and research for many years. According to several scientific and medical organizations, including the WHO, American Medical Association, and National Academy of Sciences, there is currently no evidence that GMOs are harmful to human health. However, critics of GMOs argue that there are potential risks associated with their use. Overall, the safety of GMOs remains a topic of ongoing discussion. Okay. Let's go with milk. I'm trying to think of something like almond milk related. How do you milk an almond? Let's see what it says. Almonds do not produce milk naturally as they do not contain lactating mammary glands. However, almond milk can be made by blending soaked almonds with water and then straining out the pulp. Here's a general recipe for making almond milk. And then it gives you a recipe. So I wonder if it's pulling this recipe from any particular site, or if it, finds several recipes and then it combines them. I don't know. I want to do more research on that, but I think that's pretty cool. What is the better tractor, John Deere or Case IH? All right, let's see. Oh, as an AI language model, I cannot take sides or have personal preferences. Both John Deere and Case IH are well-respected brands in the agriculture industry, and both offer a range of high-quality tractors. Okay. It's a good idea to research and compare the features. Ultimately, the decision of which brand of tractor to choose depends on your individual needs and preferences. Both John Deere and Case IH offer reliable and efficient options for farmers. Kind of cool. All right. So yeah, I might try to do something like this for an article and just kind of see what it does. Like, for example, is cellular meat safe to eat? So cellular meat, growing actual meat in a lab. We've talked about it on the show just a little bit. It's kind of cutting edge technology right now. There's nothing really on the market, I don't think. So here's what it says. Cellular meat, aka cultured meat, is meat that is produced by growing animal cells in a laboratory rather than by raising and slaughtering the animals. It's an emerging technology not widely available on the market. However, the FDA and EFSA generally consider it safe for human consumption, and it goes on. However, as with any new technology or food product, there are ongoing debates and questions about the safety and regulation of cellular meat. Okay, pretty good. So it seems like OpenAI knows, or Chat GPT, but it's also OpenAI. I don't know, but it seems like it's doing a pretty good job with agriculture. So now let's see. I'm gonna say, let's say I don't like peaches. Peaches are bad for the environment. So I don't like peaches. Let's just say if it can spit out something that says, are peaches bad for the environment? Why are peaches bad for the environment? So we're going to set it up for something that's negative and see what it does. So why are peaches bad for the environment? Peaches are not inherently bad for the environment, but like all crops, their cultivation and production have environmental impacts depending on the methods used. One potential environmental concern is pesticides and herbicides. And it goes on, and if you want to read all this, feel free to pause the video whenever. I should have said that earlier. But pause the video and just kind of read what's going on, because there's a lot of good stuff here. Peaches require a significant amount of water to grow. And in regions with limited water resources, the large-scale cultivation of peaches can strain local water supplies and exacerbate drought conditions. Additionally, the transportation and storage of peaches can contribute to greenhouse gas emissions and environmental degradation. All right. And it says this. Sustainable agriculture practices such as reducing pesticide use, conserving water, and reducing transportation emissions can help mitigate these impacts and promote more environmentally friendly peach production. Pretty good. Not bad. I might have to... let's try this. Interview notes for a podcast. Interview with a beef rancher. Let's see if it does this. Create interview. If it does this, then I don't have to come up with talking points for episodes ever again. Interview notes for a beef rancher. Introduce the beef rancher and provide some background information on their farm and operations. Holy cow, this is already good. Ask the rancher to briefly introduce himself and their farm. Okay, all right. Can you tell us about your journey into beef ranching? What inspired you to become a rancher? How do you manage the herd? What are some of the biggest challenges? There's been a lot of debate recently about the environmental impact of beef production. Can you walk us through the process of taking a cow from birth to market? How long does it take? How do you market and sell your beef? What kind of feedback have you received from customers? What advice would you give someone who is interested in getting into beef ranching? Thank you to the Beef Rancher for their time and insight, providing information on where listeners can learn more about the rancher's farm and purchase their beef. Encourage listeners to support local farmers and learn where their food comes from. Holy cow, this is so great. I mean, these are really good questions. They're not like super, super deep, but they're pretty darn good questions that you can build off of. That's pretty cool. I did not think about doing that, but pretty interesting. So yeah, Chat GPT is wild. I think it'll be cool how it changes everything. I think it's going to be crazy. So yeah, what do you think? Have you used Chat GPT before? Do you think it's going to change communication, creating content online? I think it is. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. And of course, if you like this video, if you want to watch more farming, agriculture videos and podcasting, subscribe. We have new videos every week, so I would appreciate a sub if you would like to. So yeah, I'm going to figure out some more talking points from ChatGPT. Hope you enjoyed this video. See you later.